Engineer at Side YouTube channel. Dear friends, my today video is live video about the questions and their answer for jobs, engineering jobs in Saudi Arabia, visa for the engineers, and different questions which a lot of our fresh engineers are asking me in the comment box or in the through my social networks. So here today I will question all of your answers in this live video, and if you have any other questions you can ask me in the comment section. I will try to answer your question, but today video is just about the engineering jobs and the best visa for the engineers, for a fresh engineer and experienced engineer. So guys, the first question which mostly the fresh engineer are asking is that how can we get job in Saudi Arabia as a fresh engineer. So here I will tell you one thing. In Saudi Arabia, the companies are hiring fresh graduates only Saudi nationals. Like if they have 6 month experience or 1 year experience or 2 year experience, only Saudi national, because of the Saudi law. Because according to Saudi law, they have to keep Saudi nationals, I think 40% or 30% in the projects and in the companies. So the companies are trying to hire the Saudi national as a fresh engineers. But if you are a Pakistani, Indian or any other nationality and you are a fresh engineer, so my advice that apply for Nibosh IGC, which will help you to get the job in the construction industry, because for as a safety officer you have not need a lot of experience for 5 years, because sometimes small companies subcontractors are hiring safety inspector 1 year experience, 6 month experience, and some fresh safety inspector are the people who get the Bosch, so they can get into the construction industry easily. But if you are an experienced engineer and you need a visa, so you can come here on Azad visa. If your experience is more than 5 years, so it will be better to come here on the engineer visa. But if your experience is under 5, like you have 3 or 4 year experience, so it will be better to come here on the labor visa, technician visa, steel fixer visa, carpenter visa. Because when you complete your 5 year after graduation, so you can apply for Saudi Council of Engineer registration, then you can change your Iqama profession in the visa. Because to get engineering visa, you after getting the engineering visa, you need the Saudi Council of Engineering registration, because without Saudi Council of Engineering registration it is not possible to get your Iqama. If your experience is under 5 years, so you will face a lot of problems. As a fresh engineer, what you have to do? As a fresh engineer, if your experience is 1 or 2 years, so try to get an agreement visa, because it's easy to get a job in Saudi Arabia as an engineer through agreement visa. How you will get agreement visa? For this you have to check your your country newspaper. There are a lot of recruitment agencies who are hiring for the companies in Saudi Arabia. So your salary will be not good, like maximum from 2500 till 4000, but you will get experience in Saudi Arabia, and when you get the enough experience, so then you can change your company, then you can come back to your country, and then you can come again to Saudi Arabia on Azad visa, and then you can find a job of your own choice. So this for the fresh engineer. In case if you already in Saudi Arabia as a fresh engineer and you don't have the Nibosh IGC, and you are not getting the job, you are not getting the response. So here I will tell you one thing, how you are applying for the job. the first thing is your CV, how you prepared your CV, because on the basis of CV you will get response from the recruiters. If your CV is not proper, so you will never get a response. Now, in case if you have a 2-year experience and you put your experience from your own country like India, Pakistan, Philippines, Egypt, whatever from you are, so you will never get a response from their side. For that you have to prepare a CV, you have to hide your graduation date, and you have to write 5-year experience or 4-year experience, and all the experience, if it's 2-year or 1-year or 3-year, you have to put in Saudi Arabia. But at that time there is a one point, when you are writing your experience in Saudi Arabia, so you have to mention small companies in your CV, subcontractors, because if in case if you mention a big company and then you get a call from a company and they ask from you about the company and the project, so maybe you will be not able to answer his question and he will get that the CV is fake. So the best thing to put small companies subcontractor in your CV. In case they ask you why you didn't transfer your commerce to that company, so it's easy, you can say I was working with them through supplier. First thing, you have to prepare your CV, hide the graduation date. Second thing, the third thing, the hide graduation date. Third thing, you have to put all your experience in Saudi Arabia. The fourth is you have to write the experience with the small subcontractors. So inshallah you will get a job easily. Now a lot of people are thinking, if we put a fake experience, so they will check our iqama and passport and they will say no, you come to Saudi Arabia as a fresh in 1 or 2 months, how you can write this? There is nothing, no one can catch you if you satisfy him in the interview. If in case they catch you that you put a fake experience, so nothing will happen, nothing. This is not like that you are going for a government job or you for army or some security that they will catch you and they will hand over to you to the police. Nothing will happen. The best thing, when you get a response and you satisfy them in the interview, so you will be hired. Now how to prepare yourself for the interview? For that you have to watch different material on YouTube and from your friends, whatever. For civil engineer, I uploaded a lot of videos, more than 10 videos about the interviews, and all of these questions are the questions which they mostly the interviewer asks from the engineers and different interview. So you have to study and you have to watch all that video and you have to records the, you have to save the, take the screenshot of the point, you can save this the points and you have to study that points. Now one, our brother is committed that he has a 7-year experience. Let me check his comment. So if your experience is more and then you are not getting the response, the best thing, as I told you, that you have to put all your experience in Saudi Arabia, and after that you have to apply for the different jobs and you will get the job. Now after preparing your CV, now if you are a graduate engineer, how many CV you have to prepare? As a graduate engineer, you can work as a site engineer and as a QC engineer. So you have to prepare 2 CVs, site engineer and QC engineer, and the on both CVs they are different. So in the site engineer, all your experience and responsibilities should be related to the site engineering, and QC engineer, all your responsibilities and role should be related to the QC work. For both site and QC engineer, I uploaded 2 videos on their role and responsibilities in the construction projects. So with this way you can apply for 2 job. You have 2 opportunities, as a site engineer, as a QC engineer. If you have a safety like yes, for a mechanical engineer you can prepare 2 CV: site engineer, QC engineer, HVAC engineer, plumbing engineer. Then you know that in which field you are good, so you have to prepare a lot of CVs. And but all the CVs should be different from each other, and whatever the position you are applying, the CV should be related to that in position. Now, how to prepare yourself for the interview? This is a great question, and a lot of people are asking that how we will know the interviewer what they will ask. Now, if you submit your CV for a QC engineer position, okay, before submitting, when you see any advertisement, so sometimes they give a description about the roles and responsibilities, so you have to study that roles and responsibility, that description, and you have to put if that roles and responsibilities are already included in your CV, then okay. If not included, so include that roles and responsibilities in your CV responsibility section. When you receive call for the job, so after that, how to prepare yourself for the CV, sorry, for the interview. Two kinds of interview: initial interview and technical interview. And the initial interview, for initial interview, they will ask about your experience background, your how many years of experience do you have, and your salary expectation. So on this I have uploaded a detailed video. If you watch that video, so it will be much better. Initial interview. After that, they will ask for the technical interview. 5-year experience after graduate year, then course and certification. Dear, I will come to the certification for the engineers, but first let me complete this one. How to prepare yourself for a technical interview? Now, when you receive a call from the company recruiters and the managers, they check your CV, they study your CV, and whatever they need, they found in that CV. Now you have to study your own CV, and you have to prepare yourself as per your CV. What you wrote in the CV, you have to study all these points very well. Like if you are there submitting WIR, MIR, so you have to know each and everything about WIR and MIR, method stat and ITPs, whatever you write there. So when you know what you wrote in the CV, so they will ask mostly the question in your CV, and when you answer all of the interviewer questions, so you will be hired. Now, the other question mostly the people asking, and I think one of our subscriber asked that which kind of certification we need. Guys, if you are a fresh engineer, the best certificate for you is a safety NIBOSH IGC certificate, because this certificate will help you to enter the construction industry as a safety engineer, or as a safety, sorry, not safety engineer, as a safety inspector. When you enter the construction industry, then you can switch your job easily, because we just need one chance to enter the industry. Then you will grow yourself and you will switch your job easily. Zishan Malik, I will answer your question. Let me complete this one. So the best thing, NIBOSH IGC, but if your experience is more than 5 years and you are working in the quality department, so you have to get the ISO QMS management certificate. How to get NIBOSH certification? Sheikh Shoaib, I will answer your question. ISO QMS management certificate, I uploaded a detailed video on this topic. You can watch that video. You can get the ISO management ISO 9001 2015 certificate as a QA/QC engineer. PMP certificate, RMP certificate are best for the project engineer and construction manager, project manager and site engineer, but experience should be more than 5 years. And when you complete 5 years, so the best the certificate is Saudi Council of Registration. You have to get the Saudi Council of Registration certification. Now, one of our brother asked that I complete diploma in 2015 and my graduation completed in the 20. The best, you are a fresh engineer and you are experienced engineer. How? You completed your diploma, so when you come here to Saudi Arabia, the first thing you need to enter the construction industry. So at that time you have to hide your graduation. One thing, because the possibility for you to get job as a graduate, it is like a 30 or 20%. But if you submit your CV as a diploma holder, so your experience will be around about 6 to 7 years, so it will be easy for you to get a job. But on diploma you can get two types of job: civil supervisor and civil inspector. Civil inspector and civil supervisor. But when you enter as a civil inspector or as a civil supervisor to the construction industry, then you can switch your job easily. Or for a diploma holder and graduation, you can prepare 4 CVs: civil supervisor, civil inspector. Based on your diploma, you have to hide the graduation. Yes, Shoaib, ISO certification is necessary for all quality engineers: electrical, mechanical, civil, whatever you are. On the base of diploma, you have to prepare 1 CV as a site supervisor and as a civil inspector. On the basis of your graduation, you have to prepare site engineer and QC engineer. So 4 CVs. Now you can apply for the 4 opportunities based on your qualification. The question one of our friends asked, from where we can get Nibush IGC. So if you are living in Pakistan, India, there are a lot of institutions. You can get it online and you can also go for the physical classes. Maximum 15 days training and classes, and every month you can go for the exam, and maximum in 6 months you will get certificates. There is a one paper you have to pass that paper, and there is a one you have to make a report. Report is a risk assessment report. So it is very easy. Every month there is a Nibosh exam, and the end of sorry, I think the start of the month and sometime in the end of the month, and 15 days training. That's all. And you have to search in your country that from where you can get the Nibosh certification. So there are, you will see a lot of institutes in your country, and you can apply there. Okay, now we discuss about the CVs, how to prepare yourself for the interviews, and ask me some questions, so I will try to answer this question, and I will also discuss some. Okay, one thing to tell how to search job in Saudi Arabia. There are hundreds of websites through which you can search job: Indeed, Naukri, but I will tell you about only 2 websites that is best to search job in Saudi Arabia. One is expatriate website. This is the official website of Saudi. The second is LinkedIn. Whatever you will get from other websites, so that vacancies you will find an expatriate and LinkedIn. If you want to work through supplier, so you can also get supplier contacts and jobs on the LinkedIn, on the expatriate. If you want to work with the transferable with the transfer direct with companies, so it will be good. Sir, can I join in Saudi Arabian construction as a planning engineer? I have 2 years of experience as a junior planning engineer. Yes, Ramazan, planning engineer, it's a great field to work as a planner engineer, but you have to know about yourself, that what is your ability and experience in the planning engineer. But as a junior planning engineer, you can get job easily, but it will be better that you apply in your own country. If you are in Pakistan, so try to apply, to contact the recruitment agencies and search the job with them as a junior planning engineer, because when you come here to Saudi Arabia on Azad visa, maybe you will also find a job, but it will be some hard as compared to getting from Pakistan. And when you come through by a visa, agreement visa, and you work here for 1 or 2 years, so after that you can get the job easily. You can switch your job, you can switch your company, you can go back on exit, then you can come again here on the new visa to get a job in your own choice. But if there is some reports missing out, let me check. I didn't say his comment. Okay, when I submit MIR, but after this some reports missing, how again send this report to QC engineer? Dear friend, if you specify the report, so then I can tell you, because some reports, what is the meaning of some reports? Just specify the question, so I will try to answer your question. Okay, Tayassar Javed, Ramazan, as a building and architecture engineer, can I get a job in Saudi Arabia and construction industry as a planning engineer? Yes, you can get a job easily, but if you have not a good experience, so it will be better to come to Saudi Arabia through agreement visa, and you can get the agreement visa from the any recruitment agencies in the Pakistan. Sheikh Shuib, I am mechanical engineer. I watch your videos. Does ISO certification is also for? Yes, ISO certification for each and every quality engineer. If he is a civil engineer, architectural engineer, mechanical or electrical, he should get the ISO certification. In the future, it will be compulsory. How to get Saudi consulate registration? Ramazan Said, for a Saudi consulate registration, you need minimum 5 year experience. You need a job offer letter, agreement, and another is the offer letter, 5 year of experience. Your degrees and certificates should be attested from Saudi Embassy and Culture Office. Then you can apply for the registration, and for more detail you can visit the Saudi Council of Engineer Engineering Saudi SCE website, so that will be much better. Zishan Malik, should I mention pre-graduate experience as I complete? Zishan, I already answered your question now. Jurej, Assalamu alaikum sir, 5 year experience after graduate, 5 year. Other than course completion, if there was a backlogs necessary to get the Saudi Council certification, if you completed 5 year experience, you can get it easily. Shakib Shoaib, please guide us in mechanical engineer too. Same goes for mechanic. Yes, you can get. It will be good to prepare to CV as a mechanical engineer. Zishan Malik, I had a 7 year experience in Pakistan. Now I am planning to move Gulf, either Dubai or KSA. KSA market is better than Dubai because we have here a lot of projects, mega projects, Neom City, Line City, and more projects. But if you are if you have a good experience and eligibility, okay, like that galvanization certificate. And yes, for the mechanical galvanization and DT certification for welding, it's better if you get it. Now, which visa is best? If you are how to get job in Saudi Arabia, you can come here on agreement visa. Agreement visa mean that when the company need manpower, they have contact with the recruitment agencies in the different countries. They send them their what they need, like they need engineers, so they send them, and their recruitment agencies give advertisement about the vacancies, so you have to apply there. Then they will take your interview, and they will, if you are selected, so they will send you a visa and everything, visa, ticket, and you have to come here on their visa and you have to start work. But the salaries will be less as compared to the people who are here and they get a job on the Azad visa. Azad visa mean you can also get Azad visa from the recruitment agencies, and also if you have any relative or friends in Saudi Arabia, so they can send you the Azad visa. It will be like you will have a kapil, you have to pay to your kapil, and at that time you have to apply for a jobs. But in Azad visa you can get a job of your own choice with a high salary. But if you are a fresh, so maybe you will face some struggle. I sent mail MIR, but some reports missing. He sent back. Okay, the galvanized certificate and EDT reports for welding. For this, you have to ask your construction team. As a QC engineer, if the consultant asks for any kind of report and certificates or anything, so you have to send that email to the construction team, and the construction team is responsible to arrange the welding certificates and NDT certificates when they arrange that certificates for you, so you can attach that certificates to the MIR. Mostly the galvanization certificates and GT certificates are available the MAR, material approval request, and material approval request is the responsibility of project engineer and the project engineers construction team. So they have to provide the this certificate, and after you, when you get this certificate, so you have to attach the certificate to the MIR and send them back with the new revision. Muhammad Kashif, sir, if you have not experienced later Saudi Arabia, then what you do? Dear, you will get the experience later from the company where you are working, but if you are working with a like an Azad visa, so sometimes it's hard to get it from the Kapil, but it will be better if you discuss it with your Kapil, so they will arrange for you. And if you are working with the company, so you have to ask your HR department, they will arrange each and everything for you. Then you can apply for the Saudi Council of Engineering registration. If you are registered with Saudi Council of Engineers, so you can work with the consultant and with the good and high companies in mega projects, because in mega projects and the consultant companies and the big contracting companies, mostly the client are asking for the Saudi Council Engineering registered engineers. So it is a best certificate for the engineers. But if you have a 5-year experience, if your experience is less than 5 years, so you have to work with the small companies, subcontractor, main contractor. Okay guys, today is the opportunity to ask whatever you need. I will try to answer your question. Okay, let me share something more about the jobs. Now, mostly when you searching jobs in Saudi Arabia from your country, if they mention that the person should be inside the KSA, so don't waste your time and don't send your CV on that advertisement, because they will ignore your CV. They just need people inside Saudi Arabia, and don't ask someone to get you a job in Saudi Arabia if you are in your home, because no one can send a visa or job to you directly from the company. Because if I am as a civil engineer, I cannot arrange a job for someone who is in the Pakistan or in India. So the best thing to come here on Azad visa or try to get the agreement visa in your country. Do we have to give exam in order to get Saudi accreditation? Yes. As for my knowledge and permission, when you upload the documentation, so you will get the registration. But when you want to change Iqama profession, for the changing Iqama profession, you have to be appear in the exam. But I think to just get the certification and registration, no need of exam, because a lot of my friends, they get registration, but till now they didn't change their profession in their Iqama, so they didn't appear on the exam. Because if you are electrician, if you are a surveyor, and you want to change your Iqama, sorry, if you want to renew your Iqama, so you have to be appear, and you have to go for the exam of Saudi Council of Engineering registration. The same thing when you get the registration and when you want to change the profession in Iqama. At that time, okay, if you have 6 months, 7 months in Iqama, so at that time you will not go for the exam. But when you want to renew the Iqama, so at that time you have to be appear in the exam as per my information, whatever I get from my friends. That till now I didn't get the registration. Inshallah this year I will get the registration, and when I will start the process for the registration, so I will share each and every points and tips with you, inshallah. Abe Raj, I have puri experience, 3 years as a site engineer and 1 year as a QAQC. Is it possible for a person of my experience to find a job in KSA if I move KSA? Dear, if you want to come here on a visit visa, so don't waste your money and time. It will be better. Your experience is okay. 4 years is better. Is a good experience to get a job in Saudi Arabia. It will be better to come here on Azad visa, so you will get your job of your own choice. But if you want that someone will find a job for you and then they will send a visa for you. So this is not possible. One thing you can do, you have to search the recruitment agencies and you have to contact your recruitment agencies in your country. So in that thing you can get a job in Saudi Arabia, but the salary will be low. Fahim Farooq, I am getting 3000 salary. I have no Gulf experience and I have around Puri experience. And Fahim, this is a good salary. Really, it's a good salary. But when you get enough experience, so then you can change your job and or you can change your company. For now, when you are fresh in the Gulf, so 3000 is a good salary. Okay, and the other, let me share another point. Two kinds, and the two way you can. I have a freelance visa now. How I can get the safety officer job in NEOM project? Dear, if you want to work in NEOM projects, you have to search supplier who are hiring manpower or people for the NEOM projects. You have to contact with them. Second thing, you have to search the companies which are working in NEOM and you have to apply on their email and you have to send your CV. So that is the only way to get the job in NEOM. Sir, could you please explain more about Azad visa? Abe Raj, on Azad visa, I uploaded two videos. One is Hindi Urdu and one is English. So if you watch that video, so that will be more fruitful for you. Thank you, sir. Much love from occupied Kashmir. You are welcome. If you want to work in NIAM or Aramco project or any other company, there are two ways to get job: direct with company and through supplier. Through supplier, it's easy to get job as compared to direct in company. So how you will get the supplier contacts? The best place to get the supplier contacts is expatriatewebsite.com. And on how to search a job and best website for the job in Saudi Arabia, I already uploaded two videos on this topic. So watch that videos, and links of Expatriate and LinkedIn are available in that video's description. But there is a big advantages and disadvantages with the supplier. Through supplier you can get a job easily, but your salary will be late, because when you are working through supplier, when you complete 1 month with the company will submit your timesheet to the supplier have to prepare the invoice, then send it back to the company, then company will transfer the money. So minimum you have to wait for your first salary 2 months. After 2 months you will get your salary after each 45 days. It's a general mostly supplier, and sometimes the supplier will not give you any money and they will run away, but it depends on your luck. So I think today live session is enough. Whatever I share in this video, I think it will be helpful for the fresh and experienced engineer. So guys, I will upload this video, like I will keep this video on my channel. Whatever you need and whatever the help you need, you can ask me in the comment section of each and every video. I will try to answer there, and you can contact me through my social network. And alhamdulillah, till now whoever contact me on Instagram, I reply and I respond to his message, because nowadays every year there is economic issues, and each and every person is facing that issue. So I will try my best to help you. As the NIAM project is Aramco project? No, NIAM is a city, Aramco is a company. So NIAM is a city and it is included in 2030 vision of Saudi Arabia. NIAM is not an Aramco project. Aramco is a oil and gas company, and NIAM is a city. Both are different projects. NIAM is itself the main client. Saudi government is the client, but NIAM is itself the client in the NIAM project. Mainly it's owned by the Saudi government. So guys, today live session will end here, and inshallah I will try to share a live session on every Friday. and it will be on different topics. So you have to wait for the next Friday, and you have to prepare your questions. And next time I will share a complete session on the interview, how to prepare yourself for interview and the mostly asked question in the interview. So thank you so much for watching. If you are a new viewer, so please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like the video and share it with your friend. Thank you so much.